have one of those days on Snapchat that you can't seem to find the right filter? You're tired, makeupless, and you just want to look cute in your Snapchat story. Well, everyone knows the perfect filter for that, and that's the gold butterfly filter. It's my personal favorite and seems to be for a lot of others as well. Who doesn't love the bronze tan it gives, sparkly beautiful eyes, a golden butterfly crown, and nude lips? In this tutorial, I'll show you how to get this Snapchat-inspired look, inspired by everyone's favorite filter, the butterfly filter. Alright, so to start off this Snapchat filter look, we have to prime our skin today, and I'm using the Becca Backlight Primer. It's very hydrating and luminous on the skin, which I love when I'm using a primer. For foundation, I'm going to use something very full coverage and smoothing, so I get the same effect on my skin that the Snapchat filter gives. It smooths and perfects, and this Hourglass foundation is great for that. To blend this out, I'm going to be using a damp beauty sponge, which I personally find makes every foundation look absolutely flawless, and this is my favorite for blending. To highlight and conceal, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer because once again, it's very full coverage and will make everything appear airbrushed, a lot like the effects of the gold butterfly filter. And to blend out, I'm using a damp beauty sponge once again until everything blends seamlessly. To set under the eyes, I'm using a translucent setting powder on a damp beauty sponge and tapping this under my eyes until it disappears and mattifies everything. This will also prevent any creasing or moving around of the product and give your skin a porcelain doll-like finish. I'm taking the same powder and just setting my entire face with this. For brows, I'm going to go for my usual brow shape, and to fill them in, I'm using the Benefit Brow Pomade in number 5, and I find this filter to keep my brows pretty much the same, and it doesn't alter them all that much. For the most part, it enhances them, but does not change them drastically. I like to clean them up with some concealer, and then set them with the Benefit Gimme Brow in Deep. So first, you want to make sure you prime your lids with an eyeshadow primer or a concealer, and here I'm using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. Using the Juvias Place Nubian palette, take the warm orange shade and buff this right into your crease. This is going to act as our transition shade and make all of the other eyeshadows we use today blend together a lot easier. Taking a reddish dark brown on a flat brush, start packing this into the outer V area and up into your crease. I always like using a flat brush first to get a super straight edge and an exact application, and then going in with a fluffy brush later to blend everything further. Using the Dose of Colors Eyedeal Duo in Lucky Star, first take the cream base and apply this directly to your lid. This is going to make the pigment stick on really well, and then taking that pigment, I'm going to be tapping this right on top with my finger. I like to tap this in with my finger because it prevents any over application and really presses this right into the primer base without moving anything around. To highlight the inner corner, I'm using the Eyedeal Duo by Dose of Colors and Lemon Drop, and I'm just packing this right into the inner corner of my eye. For the brow bone, using the shade Nylon by MAC, I'm just going to be tapping this right into the brow bone area, and this is going to give a really beautiful highlight. And to deepen up the outer V, I'm also going to take a deep brown shade from the Nubian palette and shading this right into the crease and blending this out with a fluffy brush. Using a gold liner, I'm going to be lining my waterline, and this is going to really open up my eyes and give a beautiful glow, very similar to what the filter actually does to your eyes. And next, I'm going to buff a dark brown shade into the lower lash line, and then layer the orangey shade right on top of that for a blended gradient effect. To finish off the eyes, I'm using this lower lash mascara by Pixie Beauty and popping on some Flutter lashes in the style Crazed. And here's a look at the finished eye look. We're going for a very bronzed tan look today, and this filter really gives you a tan. So to recreate that, we're going to be using the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to apply this to my forehead, cheekbones, and all areas that I want to contour and bronze. I'm going to add a little bit extra to the cheek area so it really warms up my face. For blush today, I'm going to be using one of my favorites, and this is Coralista by Benefit, and it's a beautiful peachy shade. And instead of applying this to the apples of my cheeks, I'm going to apply it a little further back and blend this into the bronzer a bit. Using the Makeup Addiction Holy Glow palette, I'm going to take the gold highlighter and highlight the tops of my cheekbones and also my forehead. This is going to make my skin have a golden glow, a lot like the effects of the filter. I'm also going to apply this to the bridge of my nose, and I'm also going to highlight my Cupid's bow. For lips, I'm first going in with Koko K by Kylie Cosmetics and then filling them in with the Nakey lipstick by LipLand. The gold butterfly filter gives you a very nude lip. Some people don't love it, but I think it can be very flattering with how tan it makes you. This shade really reminded me a lot of the same nude that the filter gives. And then lastly, I'm going to set my entire face with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. Alright beauties, so this is my final look on this Snapchat inspired makeup tutorial on everyone's favorite gold butterfly filter. Make sure you like this video if you did enjoy it and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next tutorial.